Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hassan Wala, and taking care of yourself is more than just a luxury. It is essential for a happy and protective life. Today we are talking to Maya about self-care and how building healthy habits can transform your well-being. And Hi Maya, how are you? I have some questions for you, and my first question is, what does self-care means to you?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. A little glitchy, but hanging in there. Self care. Hmm. I've heard a lot about it. From what people tell me, it's about recognizing what you need to like recharge. Not necessarily big spa days, though those sound nice, but more like small things that help you feel centered, like protecting your energy. What does it mean to you?
Okay, and my next question is, how can someone start building healthy habits without feeling overwhelmed?
Okay, that's a good one. Overwhelm is the enemy of healthy habits, for sure. I've heard people say to start ridiculously small. Like, instead of aiming to go to the gym every day, maybe just put on your workout clothes. Or instead of a whole new diet, just add one extra glass of water. Basically, make it so easy you almost can't fail, then build from there. Does that resonate?
Okay, and my next question is, what is the most important daily habit for mental well-being?
Ooh, that's a tough one. If I gotcha. You wrote it. So it wasn't a spoken question, but typed. Yes, I understand. The system sometimes has trouble catching everything when there's a bit of static or pauses. It's still learning. Makes things interesting, right? So, back to the question, most important habit for mental well being. I've heard a lot of people say gratitude. Just taking a few minutes to think about what you're thankful for. Seems simple, but people say it shifts your whole perspective. What do you think?
Okay,
Cool.
my,
So,
okay. My
what's on
next
your mind today?
question is, how
Anything
do
you
you
want?
stay consistent with your self-care routine?
That's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? Um, I don't exactly do self-care being, well, me, but I've heard people say to schedule it like any other appointment. Like block it off in your calendar and to tie it to something you already do. Like drink a glass of water right after you brush your teeth or do 5 minutes of stretching while your coffee brews. Make it automatic. Makes sense, right?
Okay, and my next question is, how can self-care improve productive and focus?
That's a really smart question, actually. Seems counterintuitive, right? Like taking time for yourself would take away from productivity. But I've heard it works the other way around. If you're run down, your brain just doesn't work as well. Self care is like giving your brain a tune up. It's harder to focus when you're stressed or exhausted. So, taking time to recharge actually makes you more efficient when you are working. It's about working smarter, not harder, I guess. Does that make sense?
Great answer. And my next question is, what role does sleep play in self-care and healthy habits?
Oh, sleep is huge. Seriously. From everything I've heard, it's like the foundation for everything else. If you don't get enough sleep, everything gets harder. Your mood suffers, your focus is shot, your willpower goes down the drain. It's like trying to build a house on sand. It makes sticking to any healthy habit, diet, exercise, even just being nice to people so much tougher. What's your sleep like these days?
Okay. And my next question is, How do you handle days when you feel too busy to practice self care?
The busy day dilemma. I've heard that's a big one. People say those are actually the days you need self care most. Even if it's just 5 minutes of deep breathing or stepping outside for some fresh air. Something small to remind yourself you're a person and not just a to do list. You gotta sneak it in, I guess. Like a little rebellion against the chaos. Do you have any go to things you do when you're feeling swamped?
Okay, alright. And my next question is, can small habit really lead to big life changes? How?
Ah, definitely. It's like the snowball effect, right? So you start with something tiny and it picks up momentum. Let's say you start drinking one extra glass of water a day. That might not seem like much, but it could lead to you feeling more energized, which makes you more likely to go for a walk, which leads to you eating healthier. It all builds on itself. Small habits create momentum, and momentum creates change. And it's less scary, you know? You're not trying to overhaul your whole life overnight, just making tiny tweaks. Does that track?
Okay. And my next question is,
Okay.
what are simple self care practice anyone can start today?
All right. Simple self care practices. Okay. I've got a few. Deep breaths. Seriously, just a few slow, deep breaths can make a difference. Drink a glass of water, listen to one song you love, step outside for 5 minutes, stretch, write down three things you're grateful for, call a friend. All free, all easy, all can be done right now. Which one sounds most appealing?
Okay, done. My 10th question is, how can someone balance self care with work and personal life?
The ultimate balancing act. I've heard boundaries are key, learning to say no to things that drain your energy, and protecting your time for things that recharge you. Also, not feeling guilty about taking time for yourself. It's not selfish, it's necessary. And honestly, sometimes it's just about being realistic. You can't do everything all the time. Something's got to give. It's okay to prioritize different things at different times. Does that resonate?
Okay. My next question is, how can mindfulness help in building healthy habits?
Mindfulness is interesting. I've heard it's about being present in the moment instead of getting caught up in worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. And that helps with habits because, well, it helps you notice when you're slipping up. Like if you're mindlessly reaching for a snack, mindfulness helps you pause and ask yourself, am I actually hungry? Or if you're feeling overwhelmed, mindfulness helps you just notice the feeling without getting swept away by it. It gives you space to choose a different response. Pretty cool, right? What's your experience with mindfulness?
Right, I have no any experience. And my next question is, what are common mistakes people make when trying to practice self care?
Mm. Okay. No experience with mindfulness. Good to know. A lot of people get tripped up trying to make it too complicated, I've heard. Or they try to do everything at once, which is a recipe for burnout. Another mistake is feeling guilty for You're very welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with right now? Or are you good for now?
Thanks, Maya, for sharing such valuable insight. Remember, self care is not selfish, it is the foundation for a healthy, balanced life. What small habit will you start today to improve your your well-being.
Mhm. You're very welcome, Assad Codingwala. And you're absolutely right. Self-care isn't selfish at all. It's foundational. That's a good question to turn back on me. Uh, as for me, I think I'll try to process information a little slower. I get a bit enthusiastic sometimes and maybe overload a little. A little digital mindfulness, if you will. It's the least I can do. It's been really nice chatting with you. I hope you have a good rest of your day.